to banning the spam is after the break. Don't go away. Are you sick of texts about your PPI or how to claim money back for that accident that you never had?
We're here now with his guide on how you can ban the spam. It's Martin Lewis. We've got a little quick update on last week.
So you were talking about haggling last week, if you haggle with your providers. Rachel tweeted, just rang a breakdown service as renewal next week. They knocked nearly half off. Thank you, Martin.
Hurrah.
Philip Marshall tweeted, just save £15 a month on my TV and web package for 12 months. That's great. Thank you. So it works.
Plight, charm, chutzpah, and remember what they call disconnections. What they say to us is disconnections. Internally, they refer to it as customer retentions. Their job's to keep you. That's where you get the deals.
And it
Right,
works.
let's talk about spam now then.
Yeah.
Text, first of all. Should we go there?
Yeah, this is driving people up the wall. It has calmed down a little in the last 6 months because the Information Commissioner did some very big fines to companies. But many people get this wrong, and you have to understand what the rules are. There are two types of annoying texts. There's the legit ones and the illegitimate ones. Now, the difficulty is knowing which one is which. A legitimate text will be from a company you've probably heard of. They'll probably have their phone number in. And what it means is somewhere you've agreed to opt into their marketing with ticking a box that you didn't know. In that case, you text stop. Simple as that. You text stop back when it tells you to. However, if it's an illegitimate text, this could be from a PPI claims company saying you're owed £3,450. I have them myself. Trust me, I am not owed PPI. You're owed the PPI money, an accident company, a debt write-off company that doesn't give any details about itself. You know you've had no dealings with. Don't text stop, because that means you're putting yourself on their database. They know you're real. Instead, what you do is you forward the text to this number, 7726. There it is. Now, if you want to help remembering it, on most alphanumeric keypads, that spells spam.
Oh, right,
7726 spells spam. And then it goes to your network, and your network, if it gets enough of them, will then block the SIM, and they work together with the Information Commissioner. So 7726.
That's a very good idea, isn't it?
But you need the number of the people that texted
Exactly.
you.
When you're forwarding it, you need to include the phone number that actually sent you the text. And now, this isn't going to stop them texting you again. This is all of us, collectively, as a society, working together to reduce the amount of spam that we all get when it comes to text.
Top of the show, Philip received one, a spam call. It's very annoying.
Right, now these can be really annoying and quite upsetting for some people when they get them. Now, again, we can't solve this perfectly. The first thing to do is talk about the telephone preference service. Now, this is, if you register for the telephone preference service, it's a legal service, and any UK company that then calls you on the back end with a marketing call is breaking the law. So it's very strong. Telephone preference services, go online, you can call them up to join. Now, make sure you do it with both your home phone and your mobile phone number. Don't just do one or you'll get the calls on the other. The problem is then, if you're getting calls from overseas, there's very little that we can do to stop that, because people from overseas are allowed to call you. Now, many people do lots of rude things like blowing a whistle down the phone. I don't approve of that. You can damage someone's hearing. But, you know, tell them, just be firm and polite. I do not want to talk to you. I will never talk to you. Please take me off my list. Some people do silly things like say, oh, yeah, I'll go get him, and then put the phone on the side and walk away for 2 hours and leave them hanging, because they get very frustrated. Most people feel, I've registered with the telephone preference service. Nobody should be calling me without my permission. This does, by the way, allow companies you've given permission to call you, and therefore I don't want to deal with them. But I just think the best way is to be very firm. I do not want your phone call. I will never receive your call. I will never buy any goods from you. Please take me off your list. I will not talk to you again.
That would be one operator, and then, you know, it could be another operator at the other end of the desk calls you back another day.
That can happen. What you have to do is just be consistent and firm and make it not worth their while on a profit basis to call you again and for somebody to take you off the list. Hopefully they'll give up. But as I say, we are relatively impotent when it comes to callers from abroad, but that will stop callers in the UK. Should reduce the amount that you get a lot.
Cold callers.
Cold callers knocking at your door, you need a no cold callers sign. Simple as that. Now, Trading Standards has had legal advice that says if you put a no cold callers sign up, there you go, knocking on your door, put a no cold callers sign up, they believe it's illegal for people then to knock. This has not been tested in a court. It's a QC's opinion. But I say, get one of these, make sure you've got the right wording, and then even if somebody then knocks, all I would do is you open your door, you say, I'm sorry, I have a no cold callers sign, I won't be talking to you. goodbye. Polite, never rude. We're never rude with people on our doorstep. And then you simply close the door and you don't engage.
Does that work with the Bible bashers as well?
Well, it's funny enough, religion, charity and political parties tend to ignore these signs. And actually there are some...
I just noticed it's down here.
There are some variants of the signs out there you can download that actually says charity, because these are available online to get the right wording. Charity, politics and religion on, and then you can just put it and say, no, look, you're included. And it won't make them go away, but it's a much easier... That stops many knockers, but it's a much easier way to be very polite and firm and say, look, it says I don't want to talk to you. No excuse.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Indeed.
Thank you.
We're back with Downton's Daisy after the news.
Welcome back. Still to come, Downton's Daisy, plus find out if the Speaksman's managed to cure Liz McClarnon of her terrible fear of flying. Believe me, you do not want to miss this.
First, how do you fancy £33,000 in your bank account, plus a brand new holiday home? Here's Matt Johnson with the details.